there for like, Hollywood royalty or theater royalty like that. Ever. She took her time going down those stairs. I can promise you. It was, it was just, I mean, the roars. And then having been backstage and knowing backstage, and then all of these legends, one after the other. I mean, these were not like little off-Broadway things. This was not Ballman Gilead. These were big things that didn't hit downtown, which is called the Music Center, primarily the Amundsen. The Amundsen Theater is the biggie that gets all the big shows from Broadway then and especially now. So I don't know what Ricardo Montalban Theater is now. I saw like a couple ads for a couple plays there. I couldn't quite figure out, kind of what. I mean, they were really off the wall, very off Broadway shows. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not the Huntington Hartford that I knew. And I used to get so excited to go to the Huntington Hartford because it was like the one cultural thing that my mother insisted on my puppies, me to go to all the time. So anyway, it was a great experience. It enriched my love of theater, like really, like compounded it tremendously. And just across the board, I'm so glad that I had these experiences at the Huntington Hartford, but particularly the star-studded experience part of it. Because between the Carroll, Burnett and the Dick Van Dyke, and then the two Lily Tomlins, and then surprise Eartha Kitt, it just didn't get any better. But kind of the odds were in my favor because I went there all the time because mommy insisted that I go there all the time. And God love her for doing that. It's one of the few things that she did right. But like I said, I love preparing to go to that show because I would actually take like markers, like those thin, like that you get at the drugstore. And I would take like the brown one and I just kind of go on the edge. It didn't show anything, but it just felt like I was really going and getting all jazzed for the theater with my new sport coat because, my mother. But I'll never forget putting this like brownish marker every time, like, 75, 76, 77. And then we moved to another house and I wasn't doing the brown marker. But yes, that was the final touch after the turtleneck and the sport coat, little brown marker on the edge of the eyes, and then off to the Huntington Hartford Theater. And it had this really swanky, like Art Deco top, like I said, where you could get like refreshments, but it also had a bar on the ground floor. But the funny part is that all or half of the audience during intermission would go to this grimy little hot dog stand that was right next to the Huntington Hartford. And that was like their mainstay. That hot dog stand survived off the Huntington Hartford Theater for decades. So like I said, I don't know beyond the early 80s much about it. And especially since it became the Ricardo Montalban Theater, I don't know really anything. But that's a little history stroll for me, for you, if you made it this far. I hope you do, because some of the best parts are at the end or in the middle. And don't forget, the teasers are actually the middle of the show. So you're not getting a sampling of the show. You're getting like dead center show. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. As always, your time is so valuable. I'm not shitting you. I really, really do appreciate it. It's kind of a therapy for me. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Lineup really does not change. So more of the same. And in the meantime, I love you.